What up, though? Ledge here. Wake up, man. Good morning, battle rap. Good morning, battle rap world. A lot to discuss. Not about to waste time. Get your breakfast. Get your morning right. Got bad money to talk about what happened over the weekend as far as Midnight Madness in Philly. In the building, reporters. We got them on deck always. Shout out to Bad Money, Champion of the Year panelist every year, and just one of the more credible guys. Now, I won't even just call him media. He just knows what he knows. You know what I mean? And then also, I'll be, kind of giving you the lowdown on what happened at Bar Wars here in Michigan over the weekend. Really good turnout. The state showed love. We had some dope battles. All right. But let's not make no mistake here. I know what y'all are here for. And you know what? Do a little different, man. We're going to do a little different. UM5 over the weekend. It was broken up into 2 days. There were some subplots here. There were some bigger stories. So I'm going to do it like I'm not going to go in order from day one. Let's get right to the two biggest topics as far as the actual competition, the actual matchups. All right. So we're going to do that. Geechee Gotti versus True Foe in a matchup that people were like, damn, they lining True Foe up. That's how I kept hearing it. Kept hearing it. And while I didn't believe that, I don't think they was lining him up. I didn't like this matchup as a first round matchup. I don't. It's a lot of these matchups I didn't like in the first round. But also, I didn't think that. But I did think it was gonna be a tough task, man. When I did the predictions, damn, man, it had me going against my own Midwest brethrens. Only because I was hearing that it was short. Like they didn't find this out like maybe the first time in the tournament, where it was like months in advance. It's not. That's what I got. Maybe I got bad information, but I was told, they didn't have much time to really, prepare for their opponent. So you had to really be sharp. And in that case, I feel like True needs some time to really get into his bag. Well, he shut me all the way up. And let me be the first to tell you, Geechee wasn't bad. He wasn't terrible. And that's the thing, because I feel like in order to give somebody their flowers, people got to tear the other person down, and they ain't really like that. And actually, when we talk about like round per round, it wasn't like this huge blowout that people got in the uproar for, based on the judges. Like the judges scored it how they scored it. Some people gave Geechee the first round, and I seen it on Twitter because listen, I wasn't in tune. I didn't watch none of these battles live. All right, I had a Bar Wars event to attend to, which we'll talk about on Saturday, Sunday. Da 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 da. It was my anniversary. Hey, to my baby. You know what I'm saying? Like I was spending time with my baby. Anniversary, so I missed all of this. You feel me? So I was just getting word on Twitter. Oh man, they gave Geechee the first. The fix is in. They bet not rob my boy and all this. And I got a chance to watch every battle before I did this show. It's early in the morning right now. It's really early here. So I didn't feel like Geechee's first was so far below what True Foe did in the first either. I understood that's a debatable round to me. It really is. It really is. I thought Geechee started off very strong in that round. Like I thought he started off very strong in that first. I think if you had to pick though, I think I would pick True, but that's slightly. I thought both of the energy levels were there. I just thought in a matchup when you gotta really quickly bomb and you gotta have some stuff that sticks, I think True had a couple of more lines that stuck. And then the second round is where he went nuclear. True Foe went nuclear in that second, brother. He went nuclear in that second, and that was a clear round for him. Third round, and this is the thing, man. True, got you got to be a closer. True, I text you too. You don't text you get a little you get a dub. You get a dub against Geechee. You don't text brothers back. You know what I'm saying, we're gonna talk about that. I'm talking to you. You know what I'm saying? But you got to be a closer, man. You got to be a closer because that I got him clear. I got him edging the first, clear in the second. The way his third was going, the way his third was going before he, he eventually, jammed up Jersey, Detroit, whatever you want to call it. But the stuff he had leading up to that, it's looking like a 30 ball. It's looking like a 30 ball, man. But yeah, the intensity was there from out the gate because I was like, like, what is he gonna say? And this was the thing I was telling Nico about. This matchup is gonna be closer than everybody thought because I said it. Geechee's one of his biggest advantages is just the authenticity of his material and kind of how it kind of ricochets off of his opponent when it comes to what people believe, people deem as believability, you know. Like he's kicking all this street shit, things he been through, and some people view his opponents as someone who don't know nothing about that. True Foe is to me is on a small list of guys. Not only that the public knows that don't apply to, but Geechee knows it don't apply to. Watch the battle back when Truffaut says lines like, and I'm paraphrasing, I don't know line for line, but when he's saying things like, Geechee, you know about my struggle, all that stuff. When he'll give Geechee props, like, you were great, but don't think, and Geechee's like shaking his head, like usually. Sometimes you watch Geechee when other people are spitting, he ain't like you can tell he's like, man, you ain't weirdo, and nobody believing this shit. But like he's one of the guys that like it had to be hard for both of them to write for each other because they can't because they know each other pretty well. Geechee done booked Truth on the Riot, so they got stories that they know are like valid. Like it got to be hard because a lot of times you writing like, man, what you know about? I bet you ain't never. It's like, damn, nah, he did. He do know about this, or damn, nah, okay, let me erase that because he definitely been through that. We just like it had to be difficult to write for each other. So, in that regard, man, it was a good battle though. That was another thing maybe the choke did, like took away from how good the battle was. Like to me, I thought it was a really good battle, and based on that, he did leave the door open for it to swing the other way. But the judges and everyone got it right. I feel like it was justified for Truffaut to move on. What I was telling True in the text they didn't reply to, I'm gonna keep doing it. Don't let this be the championship because he's gonna get a lot of love from this. Everybody, you know how it is. This is the little people who don't really reach out to him normally is gonna ask for interviews. They're gonna do that, like because he beat Geechee. He could have if he beats whoever in this tournament in the first round, nothing really is made of a big deal of like they don't make a big deal out of it. But because it's Geechee, deservingly, because Geechee definitely warrants this type of respect out here. They're gonna deny as many interviews as you can, lock back in because people are expecting a letdown now. Just think about it. You go from battling Geechee, the face of battle rap, to a rematch against a guy you're going to be heavily favored against now. Think about that, all right? So that was probably the biggest story over the weekend as far as UM5. The second one was in day one, I believe. Right? Again, this is all the information I was getting. And it was the very first battle that kicked things off. None versus She happens. I'm riding headed to my event here in Michigan. So I'm getting the updates on Twitter. What's going on? What is popping, man? What's popping? Tell you what's popping. I'll tell you. People were saying robbery. Oh, this is a robbery. This was a complete and utter robbery. I said, word? It's a robbery? Like word? Like damn. Like yeah, none got cheated. Judges, like the judges was catching mad. It was catching mad strays on left and right. And I'm just like, damn, I can't wait till I see this, man, to see the robbery. Like, because when I think robbery, I think frack and disaster. I don't know if y'all ever seen the robbery, like where somebody truly won every round and lost the battle clearly to the judges. One judge said that what Frack did when he, you know, made Diz react to the paper and all that. He called that like that wasn't a bar and like it was a wild. That's the wildest judging I've ever seen for a battle. But anyway, so I get home, finally found some time to watch all of these battles in their entirety. Shout out to sources. And I'm gonna be honest, I had I had I had she winning low key. I had she winning too on playback. I get why in the moment you got none winning though. I do get that. I do get that. And the momentum that none had after that really incredible dope ass rebuttal, right? In the second round, which is like, oh, here we go. Material for material. It's just she just was saying better, more clever shit. His build ups and transitions into what he was saying was better. I just I think stylistically, damn man, D Shree. I'm so shout out to D Shree. She said this on the phone, on the call. I got call in shows where the actual like supporters can call and like voice their opinions. I don't know if y'all got other shows that do that, but mine's we do that on caffeine on my show. Like I kind of I will some would say I started it. Some would say some I would say just me, I said that. But yeah, it's I was just like, yo, she sound very convinced that true excuse me, not true, that she won this battle. So I'm saying we'll see. Right. She really was like, yo. But I listen, the first round to me, and I'm gonna be real, like the first round to me was actually the first round might have been closer than the second. I'm trying to think. Because I really do feel like after the rebuttal, none bars were good, but I feel like the reference points in the way and things he was saying, the Aaliyah crash. I've heard Aaliyah crash before. Like it was basically like the bars D. Cherie was telling you about. I'm like, yeah, like it's not. It wasn't like because I heard him before. He said them in a weaker way. It's just he said them in a similar way that didn't like I. You got to think these are judge battles. The judges are Calico, John and Don, and who's the other MC? Like as far as the MCs go, who's the other MC? Quest McCody. So if I heard some of these lines similar that that are similar to what he's saying, they've heard them. Like they've been on the road. Not even counting the big battles that they've been on that we've seen. Think about the battles that we've never seen before that they like got paid to go to these local leagues and things like that. They've heard it all. So when you're judging, you have to score. You have to score something like, oh, that's nice. If you heard Aaliyah crash 3 or 4 times in a similar fashion, do you score that? You probably don't, unless he said it in such an amazing way, right? Ball head alopecia. Do you score that? Have you if you like do you score ball head like you know what I'm saying? And I do agree when D. Sharice said something about tucking knees. It was, I, it wasn't that. I wouldn't have scored that, even though it got reaction. They both had stuff that was just eh. But I think if you're listening, and I just think it's the way she raps it. Um, it's not, it's like unorthodox. It's a lot of, it comes from that. It's kind of like the way Bill Collector raps now when he's in a tournament, like Tournament Bill, where it's like it's really quick, it's up tempo, it's like word very wordplay based with some with like slick punching in between. It's like that. And if you don't like that style, people call it the daylight style too, whatever. Like if you don't like that, you wouldn't like She's rounds. Whereas Nun Nun is much more of the conventional battle rapper that people like to listen to right now. Like he's very conventional in a good way. Like it's very conventional. It's I'm a leg giver, hair splitter, like that. Like just punch, boom, 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 punch. Like it's that. You got a lot of people who rap in that conventional style. I will say he's better at it than most. But in this battle, you're in this contest, you're not trying to appease the fans. The fans is going to always vote for you over what she just did. The guys who got a much better ear than myself and the rest of the people watching, they're gonna peep what's hidden and what's not. And I'm not mad at that judging, man. Not mad at that judging. So she'd advance, and then like the rest of the battles, man. Let me be honest. Let's go there. Let's go there. Listen, Head Ice, Shuni, the rapper. Hey, listen. Listen. I hate to do this. I hate to do this. And I ain't never really did. But it's a store run battle.
Hungry Jack mashed potatoes, Rave hairspray, and nacho cheese Doritos.
The next thing she does, let's see. Oh, it's Spot the 7-Up bonus. Smart shopping, Gina.
Go, Aretha!
It's Aretha. Let's see what her shopping strategy is. Now she heads for the meat department. Let's see. Oh, she wants our expensive roast beef. And there goes Mike. He has a whole different plan.
It was a store run battle. Nothing to see there. Head Ice gets Head Ice gets the votes or whatever. He gets the judge and decision. That's a store run battle. There's nothing to really talk about. Also, what they have. Real Sick versus Stumbles. Actually, Real Sick versus Stumbles kick things off. I'm tripping. Real Sick versus Stumbles kick things off, right? And the reason I guess I'm not paying much attention to that because if you look on the top of the right, and I got this graphic from URL's page, I think they probably fixed it with a different graphic. They called him Stub Mellis. So, Real Sick went against Stub Mellis, Stumbles, in a battle that this was like a textbook battle where the person who's heavily the underdog is going to do much better than what the vote said. So it's going to appear much closer now because he's coming in better than people thought he would. He did good, and I think his first round was started off really strong, and then stumbled, and after that, that was the closest round to me. I didn't think the second or third was really remotely close. I thought Sick kind of just was sick, and this wasn't like the best Sick ever. It was just a really seasoned Sick. It was really dialed in. He got to the punches a lot quicker. He had some performance bars, but he had just a lot of, he had some back to, excuse me, some back to back punching. And a lot of it, all of it is, and this is the thing with Sick, was sets him apart a lot. But I'm still worried about him in the tournament, just because of who the judges are and what they like. And we'll get to that. But his shit always be tailored to his opponent, be direct. It was really a lot of it just is really direct material. When whether he's rapping fast, slow, different cadences, whether he's punching back to back or punching on an 8 or whatever, it's all catered to you. So that's gonna be hard to deal with for 3 rounds where he really don't slack. And yeah, he got him up out of there. But Stumbles did well. I don't think it was looking bad in the first because I know a lot of people watching it live was probably like, "See, man, he shouldn't have never put him on this tournament." But he did all right. He did all right. But I don't think it was as close as people tried to make it. Like, oh man, if he wouldn't have stumbled in that first, then he just would have probably got the first. All right, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. So, what else we got? Suge and Swamp. It was okay. It was okay, man. I ain't gonna send you to the store on that one. It was okay, but I did have Swamp winning after me. I picked Suge. I think Swamp was just more, and I can't say this. I can't believe I'm saying it. I feel like he was just more energetic and aggressive in a sense. Like he was just more with the shits with his material. I felt like Suge, sometimes he would give you that vintage Suge, but other times he was just, I don't know, like felt like he was almost going through the motions at some point. But I thought Swamp fared well, and I told you I feel like Swamp, and at the time I said Swamp and Nun Nun. I could see Swamp or Nun Nun being dark horses. Nun Nun is out, right? So Swamp, man, look out for him. Because if you look at the last tourney he was in, he beat Jerry West pretty clear to me. And then he went against Geechee where he had some good material against Geechee. It's just Geechee had better material. It wasn't so like he had 2 good showings in the tournament, and unfortunately he went against the champ and he lost. I feel like you can build from that, and now he just won again. So he is going to be someone to look out for. What else happened? JC and O Red was pretty good. There we go. There goes some light at the end of the tunnel. JC versus O Red was pretty good. O Red did do the classic thing that I told y'all he was going to do. Saying a line that's not overly intricate and then bringing it back to explain how intricate it was and that you missed it. You know what I'm saying? He good at that. He good at that, man. I ain't gonna do the imitation. Man. I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do the impersonation. Excuse me. But y'all know what I'm talking about, man. No, I'm gonna do it. And I ain't saying what he said in the battle, but he'll just be like, "You gonna be left like Ginobili when Tony. You see what I did? You heard what I just said? Left Ginobili, been the spur of the moment, like." We caught that. We caught it. Oh my God! What did you just? I said, like, we got JC won 2-1. Like I got JC 2-1, and JC, I feel like he paced himself. Like he knew not to come out the gates wilding, but he did. It was like he perfectly wrote. Like, I'm going to write just enough to win this battle. I'm going to go off in certain segments to do just enough to win these rounds. Because I've seen a better JC. And then I understand, listen, this is their 3rd time battling each other. Their 3rd time battling each other. So it's not too much you can really say. I just thought JC's writing ability and the way he's kind of he has his own version of crowd control. And I remember when people were like on his case about not being a big stage guy. I think he's learned to find the power in what he does well on stages. He might not be barking like a surf and telling people to shut up, or just being magical out there like a hitman with the remixes and having the whole room hush and things like that. But JC got his own way of being a conductor out there, and I think it's just dope to see. I just love when people find new ways to be included on a list. Like his stage presence is different, his crowd control is different, but it works for him, and he moves on. That's gonna be an interesting battle, man. Him versus Head Ice. That's gonna be interesting. Um, and then we're gonna go back to the other side. We got Rum Nitty versus Real Name Brandon. Look, Real Name Brandon versus Rum Nitty 1 round. I knew about it. So, a lot of fans was on my case when they hit me up like, "Oh, that's why you didn't want to pick nobody because you knew." It's like, yeah, man, it's 1 round, man. I feel like Brandon is different in give him 3 rounds where he can story tell, he can spit vivid shit, he can, you know, kind of build up to that his slogan, and like you tell him 1 round, just pack all that shit in 1 round and wrap that shit up. Nitty, man, you giving Nitty like a golden ticket almost, man. Shit, man, I don't know. He won. To me, he won pretty clearly. It's just I felt like because Brandon went through a lot of obstacles in the last tournament he was in. A lot of different things went down. So you just throw another obstacle in his way when you talk about going from twerk to rum, and then you got to battle rum in a 1 rounder in a judge 1 rounder. Wasn't easy, man. Wasn't easy, but he a professional, and like rum just as good, man. Like rum good. He been sitting for a minute too, sitting for a little bit. And I wouldn't say a minute, but he been chilling. Pretty sure. Like let me go try to get this bag, man. EFB member, so you know what I'm saying. You familiar with the guy, but it's not like that matters because rum don't get ultra personal. Just punch crazy, man, and yeah, he won. He won. He won. It was just unfortunate, man. It was like I don't like it. Like he got dealt a bad hand, not just with the opponent, but the circumstance. But I do think Rum won, and now he becomes probably the prohibited favorite now that Geechee is out. Um, and I saved this battle for last because to me this was even with the choke and that we'll get to. I still just thought on material for material. This is probably my favorite battle. Talking about Fonz versus Prestavia. Fonz versus Prestavia was leading into this as one of the potential battles of the whole card as far as the first round. And I don't think it disappointed in that except for the very first round, right? Fonz jams up. Prestavia. Prestavia she went crazy in that first to me. I don't know how y'all felt about hers. I thought she went crazy. Thought she dumbed out and got him up out of there. And it was looking very grim, very bleak. No Memphis, but very bleak for your boy, Fonz. I was like, ooh, ooh. But he came back, though. He was strong in the second. Got a little prop. Started preaching. Hit her with a couple of shots. And I'm not going to lie. People said it rattled her. I don't think it rattled her. I just think I just think it was just bad sequencing as far as putting way too much in her first, not enough in her second. That's really what it came down to. And I feel like sometimes when you're going through your rounds and rapping them, you can you can sometimes sense that it ain't enough. So I forgot who told me that. Like you can sometimes people choke or stumble or lose placement because as they're rapping, they're like doing other things besides thinking of the next line. They're like listening to see if the crowd connecting with it. They're like trying to score their own points. Like, is this enough? Especially in the judge battle. I think as she was rapping, she felt probably was like, oh, this ain't it. The crowd ain't connecting. Or, damn, I could have said that much better just now. You know, a lot of things go on. And the casual fan, the average fan, don't really realize that. Like, and that all I can see how if you spent months on end or weeks on end or days on end coming up with this at the crib, you probably said it the coldest way. You probably said it the exact way you wanted to say it, but you got on stage. I'm like, oh, now it's stuck in your head. And then you just like that, you forget what you're going to say. She had a little trouble there. I thought Fonz got that round clear. Third round, just the ultimate closer. He closed the show. I thought he closed the show. I thought her material got a little weaker as the rounds went on, but she was still dope. Like her not hitting her levels is starting to be like a top tier level. Like when she has a great round, it's a top tier great round. So even if it's not of that level, it's still good. It's still gonna be better than the field most of the time. So I don't look at it as like a big diss or a big slight. You know what I'm saying? Like she's elevated to where when you hear a great Prestavia round, it's like up there with some of the best rounds you will hear that night. So when I say it's like not of that level, I'm saying it's not a 10, but it's like a 7.5 or 8, which isn't bad. Obviously, like Fonz was just a little more craftier. Again, man, this is a to me this is always gonna be a punchers driven tournament to win. If you an elite puncher, Fonz is an elite puncher. He's won this before. Being an elite puncher, he moves on to the next round, and that is the tournament so far in round one. So now you got Real Sick versus Fonz, which is about to be crazy. You got Swamp versus Rum Nitty, which is don't be surprised. Don't I'm not going that way. I'm just saying, don't be surprised. And then you got Head Ice versus JC, and you got She Happens versus True Foe. I feel like I know Rum is like the odds-on favorite, but to me, this shit could go. This shit can, man. This shit can. I don't know. There's more dark horses now that I look at. Like I could see Head Ice being more entertaining to the judges than JC. Like JC might be saying colder shit, but what if Head Ice is just on one as far as entertainment value and slick lines that the judges love? Like, dog, Calico like fucks with that shit too. Quest fucks with that type of style too, and John does too. Like he just says some shit. I can see them just leaning towards material wise. They seem to really catch a lot of the shit she does. I can see, you know what I'm saying? It's just it's a lot. It's a lot. The reason I brought up Sick and I was worried about him a little bit is because for the simple fact that like the judges, I feel like they do cater more towards the street gritty lines, and I don't know. I don't know. I feel like they might view his shit as filler, even though it's not filler. And some people confuse filler with just rapping really well. Like, oh, he's rapping at a pace, it's kind of fast, and his patterns, and people just dismiss it and throw it as filler. So I'm worried about him in that regard, especially against somebody who, like Fonz, was just gonna punch, 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 punch. Like he's gonna have intricate shit, but he's also gonna have catered material to you. He's also gonna have little angles in there while he's punching. Like Fonz isn't just a one trick pony to that degree, but it's based it all ends up being a punch pretty much. And Sick gonna have to really bring it. He's gonna have to hit a whole different bag to get Fonz up out of here. So I'm looking forward to that. In 2 weeks time. So yeah, that's the card. I know there were technical difficulties. The stream, I ain't never seen people that mad at URL. Day one, day two seemed fine from by all accounts. Day one, I ain't never seen y'all that mad, bro. My whole timeline was trashing them because not only was there a long delay, y'all said 3 p.m. The battles didn't kick off until like 5:36 p.m. Then when the battles did start, the stream shut down like 3 or 4 times. I heard that's bad business. Y'all got to get it together. Like Low Deluxe got to get it together. But salute. Y'all closed the show out well, and we got some good battles to look forward to in the next round. So can't be mad at that. All right. Up next, I think I'm gonna let y'all hear from Bad Money and his take on Midnight Madness. He gonna give y'all a full recap of what went down. Also over the weekend, Midnight Madness pretty much still continued going on, doing their thing with a card, man, that had people that I'm very familiar with that maybe some others aren't, quite just yet. But no worries. We got people in the building who knows about bars and entertainment and structure and all that good stuff. In the building, reporter Bad Money, champion of the year panel, Philly native. They're in Philly. It's only right. He pulled up. He was all the way outside with it. And he's going to give you his take on everything that went down over the weekend in PA. All right. Go ahead, Bad Money. Take it away.
Good morning, Battle Rap community. This is your boy Bad Money reporting somewhere live on the north side of Philadelphia. I'm here to give y'all my brief recap of Midnight Madness that just went down in Philadelphia this past Friday. Shout out to Bill, shout out to Jack. Most importantly, though, shout out to Ledge and everybody over at the Top Tier Podcast community. But real quick, I just want to run down what I saw as briefly as I can without being too detailed. Primus versus Spade. This was a good battle. Primus is definitely a guy you're going to want to watch out for. Very, very structured and strategic in how he approaches battles. He won the first 2 rounds clear. There was a big drop off in his third, or this would have been a 30, whereas though Spade did like more writing as opposed to punching and room shaking and shit like that. But overall, man, Primus was very dominant in these first 2 rounds, and he wins this clear, wins the money. From what I was told from Dre, he talked to Primus, and Primus bet his rent money on this battle, which is very, very interesting. But shout out to him. Next battle, 215 News versus Capo. I think this was a good battle. News was heavily favored in the building with OBH and Touch Money, providing ad-libs and cheering him on and shit like that. But he won the first. It was difficult a little bit for Capo to overcome, such a crowd favorite, in the first round. But by the second round, he kind of blocked everything out. Wins the second pretty clear with a lot of crazy punches and room shakers and shit like that, even though News had a good second. Third round, I think Capo had maybe like a minute worth of material more than he would have won the second round. A third round. But overall, dope battle. News wins the money. And I want to see Capo more. Frank with the Grippers versus Yo Boy Peanut, kind of nasty on the watch back with both of them choking in the first rounds. Frank hasn't had a clean performance since returning to Battle Rap, actually. But he was good in his second. Yo Boy Peanut was a lot better in his second than he was in his first, and he won, the money at the end of the day. So Yo Boy Peanut wins the first and the third very clearly. Probably could have won the second, depending on which you like, because he definitely had a competitive round in his second that could compete with Frank's. Henny Man versus Trub Deuce. Henny Man had a career performance. This is the battle from Henny Man you wanted to see, where he did a little bit of everything, even some rebuttaling. I don't think you can pick apart this Henny Man performance and find anything bad to say about it at all. Henny did phenomenal, man. He was definitely one of the top 3 performers of the night. And man, he walked away with a little bit over 5K. So shout out to Henny. This is going to be a great battle for y'all to watch from Henny. Great performance. Dev versus Hustle was not for the Midnight Madness belt, even though the belt was in the building. New Orleans was very, very thick in there. There was a lot of ladies. I don't mean no pun intended. When I say thick in there. Shout out to Rock Lee. She definitely was in the building. But Hustle versus Dev, I think Dev might have had a slip up in the first or the second. I can't remember. But Hustle was very, very punch heavy in this battle, whereas though Dev gave you a little bit of everything, and he just really, really dominated this battle. I'm going to go on record and say, as a battle rap fan, Dev the Demon is somebody you have to see in person live. But overall, man, Dev was very, very dominant in this battle, even though Hustle did good. I can't take away from his performance, but Dev just won this battle very, very clear to me. So when these battles drop, you guys are going to like a lot of them, especially Dev and Hustle. So this is all I got for y'all, man. I'm getting ready to get out of here. Do what I gotta do. Good morning to y'all. Salute the Ledge, man, for letting me pull up. So I will holler at y'all. Y'all can follow me on Caffeine and on Twitter, but I'm gone.
Yeah. Bar Wars kicked off over the weekend as well. Annie up 3. Shout out to Smo. Shout out just to the whole staff, the Rose Production, Maddie. Hell, shit, even my wife, she was, everybody was key contributors for this event, Dave, Rock Solid Granite, You know what I'm saying? You want some fly ass countertops and you know all that good stuff, panels and all that good. Y'all want the goods, man. How that rock solid granite, man. That's I'm giving a shout out to him and his people, man. Letting people come through, enjoy themselves. Kim's Eats and Treats as well. Oh man, Kim, they love your food. They love your food, Kim. They love it, man. Let me put the camera on me, bro. What you know? Tell me spots when y'all go to local battle rap events that have shit like loaded nachos, lamb chops. That's a, you know what I'm saying? Like not just like here's a burger, here's a hot dog. Go go back out there and watch some battles. You know what I'm saying? We won't do that. We ain't do that. All type of stuff, man. We ain't gonna cheat you. She gonna treat you. She ain't, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to her. But yeah, man, the battles. Got to talk about the battles. All right. So some that you see on display didn't happen. So Vicious versus Marty didn't happen. Well, OG Mel versus D Mac didn't happen. H.I. Croft versus Montro didn't happen. Young Rated versus Bel Air Beezy didn't happen. Uh, so they remain hidden characters until further notice. All right. We talk about the people who actually cared to show up and put on the show. Shout out also to the people who came through. I'm talking about NBR royalty. All right. Talking about NBR royalty. Marv One showed up. Yes, he did. It's not me. I know y'all got jokes right now. Relax. Marv One showed up. Ill Will showed up. Mac Myron showed up. Anubis showed up. Piranha showed up. T Mills showed up. Y'all might not be familiar. Go back. Do your Googles. T Mills showed up. Man, people were in there. People in there. Seabree the lyricist was in there. Can't forget her. It was just a really good turnout, and that's really good to see, man. Everybody coming through supporting, and by all accounts, hell, Piranha did a recap the day, the morning after. So that's how I know it had been a good event. And yeah, man, you had, and I don't want to go in order, but like Troy versus Classic, I don't think that was the first battle, but let's just say, for the sake of argument, it was Troy versus Classic. Good one rounder, man. You talk about Troy, everybody knows Troy is Marv One's brother, younger brother who is like getting back into the fold of things. He's I like him because he's so different than what you hear here in the state. Like he has his own mindset up here. He has his own way of connecting lines. Like I said, we was talking about people like Nun Nun who are very conventional, whereas 1 2 3 punch, 1 2 3 punch, and the pockets are the same as kind of other battlers. No, Troy ain't like that at all. Actually, Troy isn't like that at all, and that's what's refreshing about him. And when he goes into, I like to call it just story mode. Almost like a video game. Like it can be a lot if you're in the building and you just want to hear somebody turn up and go crazy. But if you just chilling, you want to hear something different. Troy provides that. And in the one rounder, I thought it was he picked the perfect time to do what he did in that battle, right? And Classic, speaking of kind of conventional in the traditional sense, uh, he's more in that lane. He's more like I'm getting to the punch. But what I liked about Classic in this battle showed a little more personality, I would say. Last go around, he did well. He won his battle, but it was just so, yo, hit you with the stick. You a bit la 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 la, like a lot of punching. He showed personality. He did his little homework on Troy about his music and stuff like that. So it was just good to see you learn something. You like, yo, I need to add this. I need to do this from both of them. Both of them just did little different things. I'm like, they're picking up new ways to attack, which is going to always be important. You can't just be a one trick pony and attack people the same way you attack the last op. So it was good to see it's a one rounder. I ain't really got no winner. I just like to see that they both showed up and did well, and people were pleased with that battle. All right. Uh, NSCJP from Rouge, River Rouge. You know what I mean? Went against Stone, someone that Mac Myron kind of co-signed pretty much, and he was very impressive. Very impressive. We had a little mix-up for whatever reason. I think he was preparing for three. It's like he was well equipped for three, but it was a one rounder. And NSEJP is someone who really only got like 3 to 4 battles in now. I think this might be his third or fourth. And he's been impressive. Actually, Mac Myron, if you look at one of my older videos from behind the scenes at an event locally, JP was one of the guys I interviewed, and Mac came in the interview and was like, he gonna be something. He got talent, somebody I'm co-signing and things like that. So that was really cool to see the person he co-signed against the person he's been like kind of, I guess, helping or get back into the fold of things. And they put on a really good battle. I did think JP was like hit and miss more than he was in his last previous battles, but the stuff he got off was pretty good. And I just like his mix, man, because when you see him, he's like an opposing figure because he's about 6'3". He's a big dog, you know what I'm saying, big fella, and you think he just about to be all bark street shit, which he is to a degree. But he got like jokes. He know how to clown you and shit like that. That's like an element for a potential star. I'm not saying he's going to be one or anything like that. I'm not like putting that pressure on him, but those are elements that you can take to the next level if if you hone in on all the other things that are important. Stone, man. I don't know, man. His projection is crazy. His I don't know. I don't even know what it's hard to really pinpoint what I'm trying to say about him. It just got some real authentic energy that comes across when you hear him, man. He's the word I always use. I don't believability, authenticity, just conviction, pure conviction. Never met him before in my life, but when he was talking, I was buying what he was selling. That was it. And I thought he had so much material that a lot of people couldn't help but just give him the win. I'm more so just was impressed. Again, one rounders is hard to really pick a winner unless you just, I don't want to bring up unless you just clearly get your whole ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think it was that, but I do think Stone had so much more material that everything that landed for him did make it look much more of like a landslide, no pun intended, to anybody who fucks with Calco on the card. You know what I mean? But yeah, I fuck with that battle heavy. Another battle that went down was Trigger Ty versus Kurt Diamond. One of the guys who came here OT, man. He was OT with it. Kurt Diamond out of Indiana, man, going against Trigger Ty. And Trigger Ty is someone who you see the potential in because he's very versatile too. Witty, can punch, got jokes, the comedic value of it, but also he can turn it up and get a little more aggressive when need be. And I thought he did a good job of that. I know some people, if you're watching, I seen some people in the chat like, all he got is white boy jokes because Kurt is white. But if you're trying to win points, that's like an easy layup to go to. And if you sell it right, it's still going to work. What do you want us to do? What do you want us to do? How you not going to talk about it? And then, like, sometimes it's like, here's the thing, cracking jokes on the person being white and then, but making it funny, calling him someone that else is white and things like that. That's fine. I think people might get tired of it when you try to just because they're white, you try to just make them a racist and get into this deep interest, on some oops shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Oops, I'll look at you and just, you white, and let me talk to you about generations of, like generations of hardships that my people, you know what I'm saying? When you get into that bag, I think people have had enough. Trigger Ty didn't really do that to me, and he was just entertaining. Kurt is really impressive as a writer. I thought his third was the was his best round, and I thought he got that round. That was the 3-round battle. I'm gonna get at the trigger tie 2-1 first 2 rounds he got. But if Kurt would have had maybe another one of those thirds, it would could have went the other way. But I was impressed with both gentlemen. Hopefully Kurt sees this. Shout out to Indiana. Shout out to Raw Talent Battle League. Hopefully you come through again. You know what I'm saying? And show up and show out. And that's what Trigger Top, man. The theme of this card was like a lot of people improving from their last battle, and their last battles were good, and then they just, you know, carried the momentum and kept the momentum and got better. Detroit is in that boat. Classic is in that boat. Um, and I would say Trigger Tie's in that boat as well. Like, so, shout out to you guys. Another one on his return of the return, Hostile. He went against Prince Ave. Prince Ave was another OT guy, Midwest OT from Cincinnati, Ohio. Shout out to Cincinnati. And he went against Hostile, who has had, like, I would say, up and down as far as Bar Wars content. He was in the 2-on-2. Shout out to Alpha League. He did a 2-on-2 with D-Mac on Alpha League where he was really good and entertaining. But his Bar Wars debut back, he went against somebody from Indiana. His name escapes me, but he came back bombing, right? And he was highly impressive. Then he gets on the Bar Wars / iBattle app battle, the pay-per-view Pack Tactics, and a 1-rounder. He's doing really well, and then he jams up and then chokes and gets out of the round and made a battle closer than it had to be because he was actually winning that battle pretty clearly before then. So he had an up and down start. He said he owed us one. He said, I owe y'all one. And man, did he deliver. He delivered. This is one of the battles that was pretty clear to me. This was a 30. Prince Ave was better. I think he battled Rated the last time he was in Michigan. And he's good. And he can punch and he can scheme. To me, it's just his energy level. I just need it raised. And I think people who like rap monotone, when you say you need the energy, I think they get this misconception that you're saying they gotta just get loud and crazy. Like, you can stay in your pocket and just turn the volume up a little bit. Like, if I'm watching you battle and you're in the same tone and I'm at the crib watching on YouTube, if I turn the volume up, nothing changes from your tone and vocal, and your vocal tone. Like, you just turned the volume up. That's all we're saying. You're like your volume setting is like a 8. We need you at like a 14, 15. That's it. Because I think sometimes that's the difference from a line hitting or being caught. Sometimes your rapping solo might not catch everything you're saying. It's not neither here nor there. As far as Hostile goes, I caught a lot of shit he was saying, man. His delivery is really good. It's strong. It just gives me classic Gmbr Michigan battle rap vibes. A few lines here and there, you can tell he just needs to get more in tune with the current events of the world, and just some of his references or some of his lines, like he missed where people stop punching like that, or stop, like, he's a little bit here and there, but for the most part he was cooking. And that third round was heat, man. Y'all see that third against good old Prince Ave, you're gonna be like, damn, man. No, Hostile showed up and showed out, man. And if he's gonna be a problem, if he's back, and I'm pretty sure he's back, y'all gonna have to deal with him. That's gonna be pretty ugly. It's gonna be pretty ugly. All right. So yeah, and then another battle before the main event, a judge battle with a lot on the line, man. A lot on the line here, man. You got guys jockeying for position to be a part of the championship title race, man. And one guy in I Am Sam is pretty much one of those guys. You talk about one of the most consistent in Bar Wars right now. And he's battled. What I like about Sam, he's battling a lot. He don't the 1-rounders. He's being consistent in 3-round battles. That's such like a rarity now here in NBR. like I want to get people like him who's that consistent in 3-round battles. Like I ain't seen him choke or drop the ball yet. I've seen him in like 4 3-round battles already. Like he just with it. And he went against Barcode Chili, who was just a kid out of Grand Rapids. Excuse me, a young man out of Grand Rapids. Who, you know, so I reached out to him March. I want to say March 16th, right? This is what I did. All I did was just sit in my bed late at night with the headphones on, looking for talent from all over Michigan. Because it's very Detroit, Flint, Pontiac. That's really the 3 spots where everybody seemingly comes from the state. And I kind of wanted to get out of that and just like there gotta be people from other states. Sure enough, there's Graham. I'm thinking about Graham and Fort. You know, you got Barcode. You got organized crime. You got leagues at other spots, man. You just gotta dog. Like I dog, my wife can vouch, man. So I would do. Sometimes I'll be up to 4 in the morning with my headphones on, on my phone, looking at battles from people all over the state, bro. I really was searching. And I think in Barcode Chili, we really got one in that brother. He seems like he got his head on straight, and he comes with a fam, like and support. He comes with support. Like they come in the building pretty deep, and they support. They buy drinks. They support their brothers. He also got battle rappers a part of the team too that I want to see. I want to see get on Bar Wars. You know what I'm saying? We had one of them, but his op no shows or ducked. I don't know. Which one? I don't know. I wasn't privy to the information. But yeah, man, Chili was impressive against Mike Phelps, who's like a super vet here in Michigan that people got a lot of respect for. And the consensus was he won that battle. Now you go against 3 rounds in a judge battle against someone who's been cooking pretty much all year in I Am Sam. Let's see what you do. And he was impressive. All right. Not gonna like build up all the suspense to like get all crazy and just make you like, listen, he clearly won the battles. It was a 30. Mac Myron, I wouldn't say co-signed him, but yeah, no, that's it. He went on Facebook and said, yo, this Barcode, like he a problem. He said the coldest dude he ever seen out of Grand Rapids. Like he's spooked, like, and obviously when you're in the Michigan battle rap group too, and you see all the love that one person's getting, you're gonna see people come out the woodworks. But let's face it, he gonna get ducked by a few people. I already know what's gonna happen. I know how this is gonna play out. I know how this is gonna play. He's gonna get ducked. Now, is he a finished article? No. Is he like the best ever? No. He's just really good for someone who's only battled maybe 2 years, 2.5, 2 years. He's pretty like he's really he's got real true promise. Like you can see the potential in him if he keeps elevating. As for Sam, there was nothing Sam did wrong. Sam didn't do anything wrong, man. It's like he finishes rounds, the entertainment value there. I think we would just like to see Sam punch a little more, edit out some of the build up, and just get to the point a little bit. Because I think with his voice, with his energy, with his charisma, he can strike quick. And oh man, I just think just little tweaks, just maybe, or maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Who knows? It could be that, but that's pretty rare where I don't know what I'm talking about. But that's neither here nor there. Anyway, we're gonna go on main event: Stubbs versus Zeke. All right, Dre Stubbs versus Gun Hood Zeke. Classic Detroit versus Flint action. And it went down, man. And I do agree with the consensus was I think it's a good battle. Is it their best showings? No, it wasn't their best showings. But I think when you got expectations like that, people get deflated and They don't have like the mindset, the mental capacity to just judge the battle. Like if you never seen their other battles, is this a good battle? If you didn't know who Zeke and Sub was and you just came across this and watching on the screen, would you be like, oh, this is a good battle? Yes, you would. You know what I'm saying? So they're like guilty. They're they're guilty of their own success, unfortunately. But that's neither here nor there. The battle went kind of like how people thought. You had Zeke, highly entertaining, really good performer. Again, an ultimate salesman with conviction in a whole different way. Like he sells the entertainment value, the performance art of his bars and things like that to like a hitman surf degree where even if it's not the craziest line on paper, he makes it a little bit better than what it probably would have been if someone else said it. And that's some star quality in that. There's value in that. Particularly in the first, he was cooking. I thought Dre was cooking in the first two as well to a degree. I feel like that's a swing round upon further look back. That's a swing round. But to me, in my humble opinion, this is I'm not pushing anyone. Whoever won. I felt like the last two weren't really that close on the look back to me. It wasn't really that close on the look back to me. The first was. I see why some people gave Zeke the first. Third, I think we know, choppy, all over the place. So people say it comes down to the second. I just feel like the second wasn't that close really either. Like I don't know what people like. If I miss something, I just want to sit with people and like after each line, stop it and be like, "Are you scoring that? Okay, no, you are, or no, okay." Click play. They said another line. Did you score that? Because I didn't score that. Did you? Oh, okay. Like I want to just really sit with people, just like it's just as an experiment. We need to Bar Wars Alpha. We need to go somewhere and just do that. Just stop it on every line to see who's taking a pen and like that was fire or that's a point. Like I want to see that. Just really curious. But yeah, man. So I had it maybe possibly 2-1 stuff. I thought he clearly won. I thought he won pretty much. Whether you gave him the first and gave him all three, or you just gave him the two, I thought he got it. Just thought he got it. Just my opinion. But afterwards, I was able to sit down and talk with Stubbs. Zeke kind of just left straight out the building. Like he battled and got the hell up out of there. Like I couldn't even find him. Like where's Zeke at? And he just left. Like so. Didn't get a chance to interview him, but I did get to interview people like in the building. I think Anubis said he won, pretty much, like begrudgingly almost. Just shout out to Anubis, joking. I seen C Bree. I had to call her out. Like I seen her reacting, but not trying to react to Stubbs' lines. Yo, that rivalry is real. When you gotta fight not to react to somebody else's lines. Yo, but anyway, here's go Dre Stubbs. My interview with him after the battle at Bar Wars. What up, though? Ledge here. Chill with me. Top tier podcast right here in Bar Wars. Annie up 3. Main event just went down. People loved it. I'm asking people around who you think got it. I'm sitting here with the consensus. No slight to Zeke. He did his numbers. But the consensus in the building was my man, the one and only Dre Stubbs, man. Representing that finesse shit, man.
Man.
For sure. Go, man, tell me, man, how do you feel main event headlining coming back to the state?
Well, first of all, bro, let me salute you.
Oh, shit.
Because from the start, since you hit the scene, you've been supporting me nonstop.
Appreciate
putting my battles on your podcast, getting me exposure, getting my battles more views. So we're going to start with that because that shit don't go unnoticed.
For sure. I appreciate that.
Oh, for sure, bro.
Stuff. You just going to walk into the interview? Just go. That's how you going to.
Mo right here.
Yeah.
That's my dog. Had this debut, man.
Yeah.
But I got to say, man. I couldn't be more proud of him and Zeke today, man.
Yeah.
When you look back at battles I look back at battles like Michigan Battle Rap, like you think about like the Mac Myron and JC. You think about like Shoddy P and Michael Ice battles that were like, monumental battles for the scene, bro, and monumental for propelling. MCs, bro. That's one of the ones right there.
It was.
Flint, Detroit. That's a beautiful thing right there, man.
Yeah.
Both them boys, man. Zeke and Stubbs, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Crazy.
Definitely shout out to Zeke. Stubbs,
Crazy,
you had to listen to him. I believe he was going first, right?
yeah,
he was going first. And after his round, he's rapping different. You know, he's like a more of an entertainer performer with his shit. You had to match his energy in the crowd when it's the main event and it's late. That's hard to do. Just tell me your mindset going to the first round after he went.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I'm gonna give Zeke his flowers right now because bro, the only one out of all 9 of my battles that pushed me to really do something different.
Wow.
That's why you see when I opened up my first round, I had jokes.
You had some jokes,
laughing.
yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So I had to take a different approach to really like overcome this battle because I knew how this nigga was gonna do.
Yeah.
So I really just came in this bitch like with the mindset I gotta do something different.
Gotta do something different.
Turn up 100 because I really came in this bitch thinking I was finna go first. So when he lost the coin toss, I'm like, okay, I just gotta capitalize off his energy, trump what he do, and just do what I do. Because I knew he wasn't gonna be fucking with my bars. I knew his performance was gonna, give him that edge. But man, it was a dog ass turnout. But it was a dog fight too.
Yeah, for sure. And like I said, back and forth. You even forced him to kind of rebuttal and do shit off the top of the dome and things of that nature. So like it was a pressure type of fighting situation. You being that you are making your way through that crucible on the URL, every time they talk about that type of situation, they bring your name up. How hard was it to kind of put that to the side and get focused for this battle, which is like, when was the last time you battled in state? It's been a minute, right?
I did the Crucible, but I don't count that.
Yeah,
That's
like an actual battle.
No, August of 2020. I think 2020, bro, if I'm not mistaken.
That's what I'm saying.
It's been 2 years.
Yeah,
like them there, it's been a minute.
Yeah, so how did you get your mind adjusted to be like, okay, this ain't Crucible shit where other things are getting judged and there's a really short time limit and all that.
I've noticed that it's harder for me to prep when I sit out longer. So just 2 months ago I just battled in Atlanta on the Crucible.
Yeah, that's true.
And took Zeke right after. So my wheels was still turning. Like I still, I'm still in that battle mode. So I never stopped coming up with shit every day, pen and pad. Pen and pad. And then when you got to this point here, you got Zeke, and people was like, yo, it's going to be a 3-round battle. In the back of your mind, did you ever second guess doing 3? Were you always cool with that, or was there negotiations taking place? You was always cool with it? I always said if me and Zeke battle is going to be 3 rounds.
Okay.
Because I know, like, that nigga raps long as hell.
Yeah, for sure.
So my 1 round, 5 minutes, his 1 round going to be, I don't want it to be lopsided like that.
Yeah.
So 3 rounds is where I can really capitalize and let you know, like, nigga, this is what it is, type shit.
Fact.
How do you? I knew that 3 rounds was going to push him to do some shit he ain't did too. Cause he don't got many 3-round battles. No. A lot of 1-rounders.
And he brought that up in his material.
He don't got many 3 rounds.
Yeah. Let me ask you this: we in Sterling Heights. It's not exactly Detroit, but it's not Flint. Do you think that kind of swayed the favor a little bit? Because I hear about gas and this place got gas and this place is gas. Did this help?
That's why we chose to do it in Baltimore. Because I'm like, I'm not gonna do it in Flint.
Yeah.
And they gas every little mediocre thing. Then when I go, they trying to be quiet, and I'm just it's just an uphill battle for now. I don't want that.
Yeah.
Nor did he want to come to Alpha League, because then it's like that's my home, and he gonna have to deal with.
You felt like this is neutral territory.
It's both our debuts on Bar Wars.
That's a fact.
Ain't no excuses. It's your first time, my first time.
Yep.
Who the crowd gonna like more? It's a lot of Flint, a lot of Detroit in this bitch.
For sure. And it played out, man. I can't wait till the shit drop on Cam.
Fact.
Bar Wars, subscribe to the channel. Stubbs, I've been a strong supporter. Even before I ain't even met him. This is my first time meeting him in person. So, when it's genuine, you just show love and you worry about the rest later. You know what I'm saying? Support. So let everybody know where to find you on the socials, bro.
On motherfucking Facebook, Dre Stubbs. On motherfucking Instagram, Stubberooski. Twitter, @Stubbs_the GOAT.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, I just started my own trucking company, Road to Riches Dispatch and Logistics. If you know somebody that's on the road or you on the road and they don't want to book their own loads and they just want to focus on driving, contact me at 1-800-618-3550 or email me at rtrdispatch@outlook.com and I'm gonna get you together.
One of NBR's finest, man. The one and only Dre Stubbs, Bar Wars, Annie Up 3.
That's a
And
fact.
we out of here. All right, and that's it. I want to say thank you all for watching. Salute to my guy, Bad Money. Appreciate your recap for Midnight Madness in PA. Truly appreciate that, man. Want to say appreciate Stubbs for kicking it with me, letting me get the interview off after this battle. You know, some people want to go straight to the crib and or just go eat, or go do something. You're like, nah, let's do this. Let's do this. So I appreciate Stubbs for that. And yeah, man, it's been a pretty crazy weekend. But a good weekend nonetheless. Thank you all for tuning in. Got more stuff along the way. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. That's it, man. As always, keep it battle rap. Peace and love. I'm out.